Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that artificial intelligence, AI, is no longer just a buzzword. It's not a distant future, and it's not just a tool, it's your thinking partner. What if, in just 30 days, you could go from using AI like a calculator to actually thinking with it, coming up with context-rich insights, writing with your own voice, and generating ideas that feel deeply yours? And what if I told you that most people are doing it all wrong, treating AI like a gadget instead of a collaborator? If you've ever felt like AI responses are flat, generic, or robotic, this video is your turning point. Let me explain why most people struggle with AI, because they treat it like a toy, not a thinking partner. They ask shallow questions, poke around, get cute replies, and wonder why the magic wears off. But AI isn't a magic wand. It's a reflection of your thinking. If you don't know how to guide it, you won't unlock its full potential. So today, I'm going to walk you through a clear 7-step system to master AI in 30 days, even if you're starting from absolute zero. You'll learn 2 powerful frameworks, AIM and MAAP, to structure your thinking, plus 3 prompt patterns, chain of thought, verifier, and refinement, that help you write prompts that generate high-quality, natural, and deeply personalized outputs. By the end of this, you won't just be using AI, you'll be thinking with it, generating thoughtful, nuanced insight, figuring out problems faster, and producing work that is unmistakably your own. Let's dive in. First, why do frameworks matter? Because learning AI without a system is like building a house without a blueprint. You might slap up a few walls, but the structure will be shaky. That's where the AIM framework comes in. AIM stands for Audience, Instruction, Mode. It's the foundation of smart prompting. This framework comes from advanced prompt engineering practice. Audience means, who is the AI speaking to? Is it writing for a tech-savvy founder, a beginner student, a policymaker? Defining audience gives the model tone, style, and relevance. Instruction is what you want the AI to do. Be very clear. If you don't define the task precisely, the answer will wander, or worse, misunderstand. Mode refers to how the AI should deliver: a summary, an essay, a conversation, code, or a step-by-step plan. Using AIM helps you build prompts that feel natural but powerful. It's not about mastering every technique at once. It's about having clarity of purpose. Next, we layer in MAAP, a framework for context. Context is everything in AI. Without it, even the smartest model can feel clueless. Here's how MAAP works. Memory. Use conversation history or previous prompts to inform the AI. This gives continuity. Assets. Provide data, files, links, or examples. The more relevant information you share, the smarter the AI's response. Actions. Tell the AI what tools or steps it can use. Should it perform a search, write code, plan a strategy? Prompt. This is where you plug in your AIM structure. This kind of context engineering helps you ground the AI in the right reality, so it reasons in the right direction. Research and practical prompt engineering guides show that contextual prompting dramatically improves the quality of output. Now let's go deeper into the 3 prompt patterns that make all the difference: chain of thought, verifier, and refinement. Chain of thought. Chain of thought prompting asks the AI to think step by step before arriving at a conclusion. This simple instruction leads the model to break down a problem into intermediate steps. It's like asking a friend not just for their answer, but for their reasoning. That kind of transparency improves correctness, especially for complex or multi-step tasks. Researchers have also found ways to improve this reasoning. For example, by sampling multiple reasoning paths and picking the most consistent answer, a technique called self-consistency, verifier pattern. Verifier prompting is when you ask the AI to double-check or critique its own answer. For example, after the AI gives a response, you ask it to pose clarifying questions about your intent, answer them, and then revise its response. This builds a feedback loop, making the AI more precise, aligned, and helpful. Iterating through verification helps clear up ambiguity and align the answer better with your goal. Refinement pattern refinement takes it another step. Here, you instruct the AI to propose multiple versions of a refined prompt or question, often sharpening your original. Then you choose which version you prefer and ask it to answer. This way, the AI helps you help itself. Over time, this encourages your own thinking to become more precise and your prompts to get sharper. Putting all this together, the 7-step system for your 30-day AI mastery looks like this. 1. Choose a foundational model. Don't scatter across 10 tools. Pick one AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, etc., and spend week 1 deeply exploring its voice, limitations, quirks. 2. Get comfortable with AIM and MAAP. Build a habit of framing your prompt with audience, instruction, mode, and providing memory, assets, actions, and prompt. 3. Practice the 3 prompt patterns. At first, focus on chain of thought. Then add Verifier. Then try Refinement. 4. Iterate weekly. Use the outputs, learn from them, tweak. Remember, your prompts get better when you reflect. 5. Track your progress. Keep a prompt journal. Write down prompts you used, what worked, what didn't. 6. Scale up your projects. Once you're confident, apply this system to real tasks: content creation, strategy planning, research, or business. 7th, reflect and refine. At the end of the month, review your journal, see how your thinking has changed, and start the next cycle with more ambition. Why does this system actually work? Because you're not just learning commands, you're learning to think. You're building a mental model of how to structure problems, how to communicate them to a powerful reasoner, the AI, and how to improve over time. That's a very different approach from randomly asking ChatGPT stuff and hoping for gold. It's like learning a language, but not just any language. You're learning to speak the language of thought. With AIM and MAAP, you give context. With your prompt patterns, you guide reasoning. With iteration, you internalize the system. When you treat AI like a thinking partner, the quality of your outputs shifts. Instead of shallow responses, you start getting analysis. Instead of bland summaries, you get insights. Instead of generic text, you produce work that feels like you. Now that you understand the frameworks and prompt patterns, let's turn theory into action. The real question is, how do you go from 0 to thinking with AI in just 30 days? Let's break it down week by week. Week 1. Explore and experiment. The first week is about familiarity. Pick one AI model, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or any you prefer. Focus on understanding its voice, limitations, and quirks. This is crucial because every AI has subtle tendencies. Some give more concise answers, some are more verbose, some struggle with math, others excel at creativity. Start by asking simple prompts in the AIM structure. Define your audience, clarify your instruction, and specify the mode. For example, explain the concept of compound interest to a 15-year-old using a conversational tone. Notice how the AI tailors the explanation. Ask it to try again but with a different audience, like a seasoned investor. Observe how tone, vocabulary, and structure change. This isn't just play, it's understanding how AI interprets context. The more you experiment, the better your prompts will become. Week 2. Master AIM and MAAP. Week 2 is about structure and context. Now that you know what the AI can do, it's time to give it precise instructions. Build your prompts using AIM and then layer in MAAP for context. Example: suppose you want a market analysis report for a startup pitch. Using AIM plus MAAP, your prompt could be audience, potential investors, not general readers. Instruction: provide a 3-page market analysis including trends, opportunities, and risks. Mode: report format with bullet points for clarity. Memory: include previous research notes from your files. Assets: attach market survey data, competitor analysis links. Actions: generate charts or tables if relevant. Prompt: combine all above into a single cohesive instruction. Notice how this structure almost guarantees relevance and quality. With context, the AI isn't guessing, it's reasoning based on the information you provided. This is where the AI begins to act like a thinking partner, not a random text generator. Week 3. Apply prompt patterns. Week 3 is about deep reasoning. Now that your prompts are structured, apply the 3 patterns: chain of thought, verifier, and refinement. Start with chain of thought. Ask the AI to explain step by step. For example, explain step by step how a renewable energy startup can optimize its costs. This forces structured reasoning. Next, add verifier. Ask the AI to critique its own answer. Now review your previous response. Did you miss any critical factors? Rewrite incorporating them. This creates an iterative loop that improves quality. Finally, apply refinement. Ask the AI to propose 3 alternative ways to phrase your prompt or approach the problem. Choose the best one and ask it to execute. By using all 3, your prompts become more precise, your outputs richer, and your thinking sharper. Week 4. Real-world projects. The final week is about application and scaling. Take real projects: content creation, business strategy, research papers, or problem solving, and use everything you've learned. For instance, if you're building a marketing plan, 1. Frame the task with AIM. 2. Provide context with MAAP, market data, audience persona, previous campaigns. 3. Use chain of thought to outline strategy step by step. 4. Apply verifier to critique and refine the plan. 5. Iterate using refinement for clarity and effectiveness. By now, the AI isn't just generating text, it's reasoning with you. You're no longer asking, "What can AI do?" You're asking, "How can AI amplify my thinking?" Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Even with this system, beginners make mistakes. Here's what to watch out for. Vague prompts. If your instruction is unclear, outputs will be generic. Always define audience, task, and mode. Overloading context. MAAP is powerful, but too much information can confuse the AI. Include only relevant assets. Ignoring feedback. Skip the verifier and refinement steps, and you're leaving quality on the table. Expecting perfection. AI improves with iteration. Treat each output as a draft to refine. Real-world example. Content creation. Let's say you want to write a blog about sustainable investing. A beginner might type, "Write a blog on sustainable investing." Result: generic, surface-level content. A structured approach using AIM plus MAAP plus prompt patterns. Audience: millennial investors interested in ESG funds. Instruction: produce a 1,500-word blog with examples of high-performing ESG funds, risks, and a personal story. Mode: conversational, engaging, with subheadings. Memory: notes from previous ESG reports. Assets: link to latest ESG rankings, charts. Actions: generate headings, bullet points, and summarize key points at the end. Chain of thought: outline the blog step by step. Verifier: check for clarity, accuracy, and missing elements. Refinement: propose alternative opening paragraphs to maximize reader engagement. The result is a blog that reads like it was written by a human expert, with data, narrative, and style intact. In short, by week 4, you're not just learning AI, you're thinking with it, you're producing work that's smarter, more nuanced, and more aligned with your own voice. And the beauty is, this system scales. The same approach works for research, business, education, or creative projects. By now, you've seen how 30 days of structured practice transforms your relationship with AI. But mastering AI isn't just a 30-day sprint. It's about thinking differently, continuously refining your prompts, and building habits that let AI amplify your mind for years to come. Let's explore how to take this next step. Accelerating beyond 30 days. Once you've completed the 7-step system, the next phase is about depth and scale. Stop thinking of AI as a tool for one-off tasks. Start thinking of it as a partner that grows with you. Here's how. 1. Expand your AIM and MAAP mastery. Experiment with subtler variations of audience and mode. Could the AI adopt the voice of a philosopher, a financial analyst, or a journalist? Layer richer assets and memories to simulate deeper context. Second, experiment with advanced prompt patterns. Beyond chain of thought, verifier, and refinement, try combining patterns. For example, ask the AI to generate multiple solutions, verify them, and then refine the most promising one into actionable steps. This mimics expert-level thinking. 3. Integrate AI into workflows. Use it for research, brainstorming, coding, planning, and even decision-making. The more you integrate, the more natural your AI thinking becomes. Think of it as training a cognitive muscle. You strengthen it through repeated, purposeful use. The mindset shift. Here's the core insight. People fail with AI not because the technology is hard, but because they treat it like a passive assistant. Artificial intelligence shines when you treat it as a collaborator. Ask yourself, am I feeding the AI shallow questions, or am I building a dialogue that challenges it and me? The answer changes everything. When you adopt this mindset, the AI becomes an extension of your intellect. It's no longer about typing prompts. It's about structuring thought, iterating reasoning, and producing ideas that feel distinctly yours. Consider the analogy of a chess master teaching a student. The AI isn't just a chessboard. It's the mentor showing possible moves, consequences, and strategies. But it will only be as effective as the questions you ask and the patterns you engage with. Practical tips for lifelong mastery. Journal your prompts. Keep a record of prompts that worked well, how the AI responded, and what you learned. Over time, this becomes a personal AI playbook. Iterate constantly. Don't settle for the first output. Refine, verify, and improve relentlessly. Teach others. Explaining AI to someone else forces you to clarify your own understanding and uncovers blind spots. Stay curious. AI evolves rapidly. Learning how to think with it is a skill, not a static set of instructions. The payoff. When you internalize these frameworks and patterns, the results are tangible. You produce work faster with higher quality. You generate insights that feel original and contextual. You communicate more effectively with clarity and nuance. You gain a skill that's increasingly rare, the ability to think with AI, not just use it. And here's the kicker. Most people will still be typing shallow prompts, asking for surface-level answers. Meanwhile, you're creating output that looks like it took weeks to produce, but in reality, it's the result of strategic thinking amplified by AI. Think of AI as a cognitive rocket. You've learned the launch sequence, AIM, MAAP, prompt patterns, and iteration, but the fuel is your curiosity and structured thinking. The higher you aim, the further your ideas can go. So here's your next step. Start today. Pick a project, frame it with AIM, provide context with MAAP, and use the chain of thought, verifier, and refinement patterns. Iterate, track progress, reflect, and then repeat. In weeks, you'll see a transformation in not just your outputs, but the way you think. If you found this guide useful, take action. Like this video, comment with the AI project you're starting, and subscribe to dive deeper into practical, actionable AI mastery. Remember, the difference between someone who is behind and someone who's ahead isn't talent. It's structured thinking, persistence, and the ability to leverage AI as a true partner. You're not behind yet. But if you start today, you'll be far ahead tomorrow.